Hey everybody, welcome to my new channel called HB Guru 2. This is my first video on the channel because we have not been able to upload videos since we opened up this channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial with my grandma, and I know it sounds weird, but she has like the perfect face for makeup, and it's good for me to practice on her instead of myself. And it's also easier for her to sit where I'm standing and me show you guys what I'm doing. This is a collab channel with my best friend Alexis. And I just want to put something out there too. When we're doing this video, you guys are going to notice this thing right here. I know it looks really weird, but just try not to mind it. It's like this weird little thingy got going on here. So yeah, she's washing her face right now so we can use her new Beam primer. So I just want to go through what I might possibly be using, and throughout the video I will also be saying this is what I'm using, this is how I'm putting it on, etc, etc, etc. So one of the first things that I put on her always is it's by Pop Beauty. It's Beam Base Primer. It helps make the skin glowy. And then this is All My Bright Eyes. It's a base for the eye concealer. It has a little nice brush to go on. This is by Estee Lauder, and it has a bronzer, nude rose, and fresh plum blush. And I will open this up to show you. Ooh la la. Okay, I have 6 different eyeliners that I might be using. I don't know which one I'm going to do yet, but I have 6 of them, and I will go through them as I get to her eyes. And then I have this Artistry, it's not a palette, it's more of a mini palette, of some of my colors that are really natural that I like to use on myself even, especially this color right here. This one is called Spun Silk. Actually, this is called a color quad. So this one is called Caprice or Caprice, I don't know. This one is Spun Silk. This darkest one is called Cocoa, and this one is Espresso. And these are all, to me, earthy tones that I think look good on every skin tone, and I really like this palette. And then this one is by Hard Candy, and I also really like this palette too. Yeah, these are like more metallic colors, but I think some of the purples go on really good, and for her especially, the greens and stuff. She's gonna sit down now. Then the brushes right here. This one's by Artistry, and this is what I'm going to be using for her bronzer and blush, because I just mix. Let you sit down? Because I mix the things, because I think it gives it like a really earthy tone. This is by Essence of Beauty. It's a smoky wide brush, but I use this as like an all over eye, and then this is a crease. This is by Posh, and it's a crease brush, and it's just smaller. So yeah, that is what we have for the stuff.
Hi, honey.
Hi. So I'm going. Ooh, almost fell over. All right. So I'm going to start with the Beam Base Primer. You don't really have to shake it up, but wash your hands before you put it on. I did. You don't want to apply a lot either, and if you're using a brush, put it on your hand before you put it on, like, the face. So I'm just going to put mine on my middle finger, and I'm just going to do, like, one little squirt of it and take out this little dry chunk. So that way we don't get dry chunks all over. Then I'm going to mix it between all 3 of my middle fingers, I guess. And then she's going to stay still. And you're just going to apply it evenly. The nice thing about practicing on someone too is it's easy to talk and do it while you put the stuff on them. Now the point of a primer is to even out the skin tone, to reduce redness, to add natural glowiness, and it keeps foundation on longer. Now, since she already has like a really tan skin tone, there's no point in putting on foundation. So what I just do is, since I already put on the Beam Base Primer, I said I was going to end up using this. I'm actually not going to use this because she already put on makeup earlier today, so there's no point in wasting this too. So now I'm going to start some stuff with the Estee Lauder blush bronzer stuff that I was talking about. And I'm going to be using this coral tone and this, the only bronzer, but that bronzer. I'm going to start with the bronzer, and I'm going to sweep up along her cheeks because that highlights people's cheekbones. So she needs to stay still. And when you're using brushes, you always go up, never down. Except when putting on foundation. Now we're going to do her T-zone because that highlights her face after it gets the other cheek. But that highlights her face. Now, if you guys have ever seen any of my videos, you guys know that I'm a bronzer freak, and I try not to look orange, but I always put it along my cheeks, and I always do like 2 coats of it, because I love bronzer. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see in the computer, but she looks a lot more sparkly and bronzier. So now, she wants to see, here you go. You can see. So now we're going to take this blush right here, and since this blush brush is kind of bigger, it might sweep along the 2 of them, but I don't know, that's what always happens, so it looks really good on her, I think. Okay, so you're going to smile, and we're going to only go on the apples of her cheeks, and then kind of sweeping along the line of the bronzer. And then if you want a more intense color, you can do more of just the apples and focusing on the apples. But I don't feel that there's a need for that, so we're just going to have her smile. And then highlight right here. Okay. So we might come back to this later and add some more if I feel it's necessary, but I don't know. Alright, so now we are going to start, I was going to say something. Oh, eyeliners. Okay. So I'm going to show you the eyeliners that I have, and I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. And she already has some black on it, looks like. So I might just use this Milani. Yeah, I'm going to just use the Milani Liquify and just kind of fix what she has on. But this is the Milani Liquify, and it's a metallic eyeliner, and this one's in black. This is the one I wear because I really like it. This one's by MAC, and it is navy blue. This one's by Almay, and this one's the Intense Eye Color line. So you have to get the shade that matches your eye color that like they say to get. And this one is like a plum, it looks like. Well, it's raisin.
I have green eyes, I think.
Yeah, you do. So this is like a raisin color. This one is Define a Line brownish black. I like this one when I try to do smoky eye because it has this little blender brush that you just kind of blend it out instead of using like darker shades of shadow. This one I will be using this. It's soft brow color just to highlight or draw in your brows. If I use it, which eyebrow is it? I think it's this eyebrow. I use it to fill in the end of my eyebrow because my eyebrows are like totally uneven. And then this is Khaki Green Define a Line. So since she already has on her eye stuff, I'm just going to define a line. I'm just going to define her makeup. Are you good?
How dare you call your grandma naughty? Stop.
This is going to be cropped out. Okay, ready? Okay. You need to drink water. Okay, let's go. Stop it. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just going to shut her eyes again. I'm just keeping this part of her skin pulled tight. This way the eyeliner goes on clear. Not clear, but not clumped. And if you guys have seen any of my other videos on my old channel, you guys know that I'm big with going out, like a winged look. Kind of like, if you guys know anything about like Egyptian, that's what I do, is I go out like with this little crease right here. Just because I think it elongates the eyes, and I think it looks really pretty. You're like freaking out. You're like, okay, let's see. Okay, those look good. Alrighty. Okay, so we're done with this. So now, since we already have all the eyeliners, I'm just gonna do the define a brow real quick. Oh, the cap just broke. Okay, so she has really thin eyebrows. So what we're going to do is since there's no point in like making them super dark and coloring them in. This is like a brownish color, but it goes on super light. Like you have to like shade it in. So eyebrows naturally go like this. So that's the if your eyebrows go down, then you want to go down. If they go up, you want to go up. And hers, and just like mine, you want to go like this. You want to follow the way that the brow goes. Else it looks totally fake. So we are going to do that.
I've had the same eyebrows since I was a little girl.
Eyebrows are like perfect.
I never, every once in a while I pluck a hair that's out of place, but
Yeah.
I never pluck them or wax.
Okay. So you guys might not be able to see on there, but it's definitely, you can definitely tell the difference between non-highlighted and highlighted and intensified. So that is the point of doing that. Okay, so now we're going to do the shadows. And I always, no matter what colors I'm using, I always start with a super light color because then I can see the colors and they look super intensified even if they're just like a green. They look really intensified. So I'm going to take this all over eye brush and this color right here, I think this one's called Spun Silk, and I'm just going to take my all over eye brush and just kind of put it where your lid will go. And do not blow on your brushes, whatever you guys are doing right now. Don't blow on your brushes because it ruins the bristles, just so you guys know. If you guys watched on a tag video on Alexis's channel, yeah, we talked about the blowing on the bristles. So she's going to shut this eye, so I can just start with this eye. And I'm just going to real quick go all the way up to the brow and just sweep it along, even down to the eyeliner, unless you have a super light eyeliner on.
Wouldn't you do this first and then do the eyeliner?
The way that I do it, since I use black, I always do the black liner first. This way, if there's like a little mark up here, the shadow will cover it. But if you use a light color like a khaki or a brown, you want to do that after you do the shadow. But if you're using black, especially if it's a liquefied black, you want to make sure that you do that first. But the underneath, you want to do that before you do your lashes, but after you do your eyeshadow. Now, working with light colors for me is always super easy because if you mess up, you can't really see it because you guys can't see that in the video, and I mean, you can't really tell that you have that color on. So now I'm going to take the exact same brush and I'm going to use this color just to kind of highlight a little bit more, and then I think we're going to start going into the darker colors and just making it look like she's got some shadow on.
Like a smoky eye?
No, not really. More of just a pretty color plummet.
Now what if that goes down on my face?
Now, if it goes down on her face, you can take this brush and you can just sweep it. And because I'm starting with these lighter colors, it'll just blend into her skin tone. And since it's sparkly, it'll look almost perfect. And always remember when you're doing someone else's makeup or your own makeup that your eyes aren't the same. So this eye might take a little bit more and you might have to go higher up to get the even look, because I learned that the hard way.
Do my eyes look pretty even?
Yeah, your eyes are even.
Yeah.
If you're lucky. Like, she has the same eyebrows. I mean, like, this eyebrow goes up higher than this one, and she does the exact same
You can tell
way.
in sunglasses.
Yeah, it's like... Okay, so now... wrong brush. So now I'm going to take this Posh crease brush, and I'm not going to use it for the crease. I'm going to use this pink color, and just kind of get it on the light. But she's going to shut her eye, and I'm going to sweep it along the lid to give her a plum color. And then after... Oops, my thing. Okay. So after we get this on, we're going to do the all over eye brush again. We're going to use the exact same color just to give it more of a swept on look, if that makes any sense. Okay, so once you have that on, since it's a purplish plumish, you're going to do the other eye before we start going up to the brow, because you don't want to overdo it and then have to make the other eye look fairly normal.
How's it look?
It looks pretty good. Okay. So now that we have that done, I don't know if you guys can see it in there, so shut your eyes. And you guys should see a faint purple color. It should be, she's like smiling. Okay, so there should be a faint purple color. And if there's not, then you guys should be able to see it in the final result when I do an all over view. So now I'm going to take the same pink color with just my all over eye brush and just being really careful not to mix in with the black. And then I'm going to sweep it all over her lid again. This time, just kind of sweeping even up to the brow.